Well, looks like it's time to get back to the basics. Isn't that what I said? Actually, only picking up one skid here. 350 pounds. I don't think it's even that heavy. I picked up the one end by hand. It's just a set of rack sides for like, see that star lifter right there? It's those rack sides. I guess somebody got a flatbed and wants to add sides to it, so. It's been a while since I've been to that place, so a customer that already had a bed must have ordered it because it's a local place. So we're just gonna throw it up here at the front, and then I've got 2 trucks to pick up. Oh, again, getting back to the basics, I've got a brand new 2024 coming out of my upfitter, and then a local guy. I'm taking his granddaughter's truck down to Georgia. She's in the military. So taking down outside of Savannah, and the other one goes outside of Atlanta. So 2 stops in Georgia. And like I told you guys, I was getting back to the basics and doing what I do best and taking care of my customers. And it's time for me to get selfish and worry about me instead of trying to worry about everybody else. Because at the end of the day, really nobody cares about me and my business. So I got to do what I got to do to protect it. And to be able to feed my family and give them the life they deserve. So that means getting a little selfish. That's what it is. And well, it didn't fit in the bed of the truck the way I intended it to. The shrink wrap exposed how wide this thing really is. And just put it on the little trailer and put a couple straps on it and roll. So I'm gonna need to do some sweet talking today. I have a vehicle that I'm supposed to pick up. It's a Ford cabin chassis. And the original plan was to go by there, get the keys, all that, make sure it's parked somewhere where I can get it after hours, then proceed to do my drop-offs and come back. Well, I don't think I realized when I first looked at it how far exactly it was. And I may be wrong, but I thought I was searching within a 100-mile radius, but it's 3 hours. It's like 200 miles. So, if I were to do it that way, that's going to add about 6 hours to this trip. I do not want to do that. So, if I just go in a straight line of dropping off and then going there, I won't get there before they close tonight, but I'm thinking because it's a sold unit, it's going from a dealer to a upfitter, being a cabin chassis, that I may be able to talk the guy in. Obviously, I speak great English. He can understand me. I have the dispatch paperwork with the VIN and everything on it. I'm hoping maybe I can talk him into... I have a point of contact there, and I'm hoping he knows the vehicle and is familiar with it, so he'll, maybe help me out. So I'm hoping I can talk him into, maybe leaving the key out, zip tying the key to the frame or setting it inside the frame rail or something and locking the paperwork in it and letting me get it tonight after hours. I'm not gonna be that late. I'm not gonna make it, but I'm not gonna be... If I were to push, I would probably be there about 9 o'clock. Yeah, probably about 9 o'clock, but taking time to get fuel, dropping these 2 vehicles off, talking, getting them checked in, it's going to be pushing it. So if he would just, allow me to email him the dispatch paperwork and everything that he needs, maybe like copy of my driver's license or whatever, and leave the key out, that way I can pick it up tonight and then I can get rolling before they open tomorrow, and then get back and drop it off tomorrow. If not, I would have to hold it till Monday, which I just want to be home earlier tomorrow is pretty much the reasoning for it. I want to be home at a decent time tomorrow. So we'll see. I'm going to call him here. It's 10:30 now. I'm stopping here in 21 miles in Kenley. I'm going to get lunch and then continue on. So when I stop, I'm going to give him a call and see if I can't talk him into it. We'll see what happens. We'll see how he acts. I really would like to bring that vehicle home because it pays very well, and I'm just hoping he's a little understanding about it. Well, I'll go ahead and say my sweet talking did not work. He was not very nice. So I called the number, which is the main number for the dealership, and finally got through to Fleet Commercial and asked for the guy that was on the dispatch. And he's like, I don't know anything about it because all the salesmen handle all their transport. And I was like, okay, well, if I give you like the last 8 or last 6 of the VIN, can you tell me who the salesman was, and you just transfer me to them, I'll talk to them. Well, he looks it up, and he's come to find out it's just a dealer trade. It wasn't a sold unit. It's just a dealer trade. So I was like, well, I think I can be there before you guys close around 7, but if something were to come up, is there any way to pick it up after hours? And he goes, we only release vehicles till 4 o'clock. And I'm like, so you're telling me there's nobody there at the dealership that can hand it off to me? Or he's like, nope. He's like, insurance and this and that. I was like, well, I mean, not in that big of a hurry for it, then. So I was like, you know what, I'll call you back. I was like, let me try and see if there's something I can figure out, and I'll call you back. So I was like, I'm not driving home empty, like 600-ish miles. Let me try and find something else. So I looked in the area, and I was like, man, I'm going to run into the same problem from the time I get over there. It's going to be between 7 and 8 o'clock, which is when dealerships normally are open till. Some are open till 9. Really just depends on the day. And so I was like, I'm gonna stop for lunch. I'm gonna try and find something else. So I start looking on my way up. And then I'm like, I know, kind of some hot areas, whether it be dealerships or auctions. Just gotta find something. Sure enough, I find a dealership that has ProMaster vans that need to go to Maryland. Again, main number, try to get a hold of somebody. Finally, the guy, he's like, I just want to thank you for speaking English. He goes, I have so much trouble. I have so many vans to transport right now, and everybody that calls doesn't speak English. And he goes, it's becoming a problem for us. It's making us look bad when because they're shipping from their dealership sold units straight to the customer. And I think he said this customer's got like 10 vans ordered, which I don't understand. Maybe it's because the corporation is closer to this, but I don't understand how they go from North Carolina. So they're in North Carolina. I don't know how they go to North Carolina and Maryland. I feel like there'd be a dealership closer, but maybe if the corporate office is in North Carolina, I don't know. Whatever. I don't get paid to know all that. And I was like, I see you got 2. They say they're not ready till Friday. I was like, are they ready? He goes, yeah, I'll ship them tomorrow. I was like, well, when do you get in? He goes, I get in at 7:30. He goes, if you tell me you're going to be here at 7, I'll be here at 7. I'll have them ready to go tonight. All we got to do is load them on the trailer and go. And it was nice because he was like, just make sure tomorrow when you drop them off or when you pick them up from me, I get your information. I'm going to give you a list of stuff that's coming available for transport within the next 2 weeks or so. If there's any of them that you want to do, or you want to take all of them and you can do them in a timely manner, they're all yours. I was like, okay. I said, that works perfectly for me. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock. Which works out perfect because then I'll only be, I may have to hold them till Monday. Tomorrow's Friday. They close at 3. They're only an hour from my house, so I don't mind holding them till Monday if this is going to work out as like maybe potentially another customer. So I'm kind of taking it as it's a good thing. It could fall apart. Something could happen. Who knows? But canceling this one because I was told they were open till 7, and I was gonna be close. It's making good time. I was gonna be close. And usually at a dealership, if they close at 7, there's somebody usually still working a deal, or there's somebody there, whether it's a lot attendant, whatever it may be. And the guy was like not having it. Said they stopped releasing cars at 4. I'm like, well, that's a little inconvenient for just about everybody. So went ahead and canceled that. Now these 2 vans do pay more per mile, but it's less miles, and it's a little, I think it's like a $300 hit, but it gets me home a lot earlier, and it could turn into more. So I'm not going to sweat it. I'm going to have something on the trailer going home. Could end up being more business, so I'm just going to take it as a win. They pay check on pickup. Everything's just taken care of. All I got to do is get them up there and just get a signature when they're open between like 9 and 3 or something, which if I don't make it by 3 tomorrow, I'll just hit 9 a.m. on Monday, and then I've got the rest of the week scheduled out with some other work. Well, you guys are a little dirty there. Yep, that's an empty 44-foot flatbed behind us. Truck's parked over there. They are already gone. Had a night drop box, stuck it in there, took my pictures, and I'll get going down the road, I guess. Gonna take a couple minutes here to figure out where I'm gonna park, because I'm like southeast of Atlanta, and I want to get through Atlanta at a decent time, either late tonight, early tomorrow, and miss the traffic as much as possible. I don't think there's ever a really good time to go through or around Atlanta, but we've also got to find a safe place to park. Alright, well, made it to the sea of white vehicles. Found my first one. I think I have 2 identical ones to this. I think these are 236 in length. I don't know if that's got to be total length, not wheelbase, but 2 identical ones. Headed to Maryland, but today's Friday. I'm not gonna be able to drop them till, man, that ain't that annoying. Listen, I'm not gonna be able to drop them till Monday, but it's gonna kind of work out. I thought it was gonna screw me, but it's actually gonna make me do less driving and make more money, I'm pretty sure. That reminds me, I've got to call this customer from, you guys know, good buddy Adam. Good buddy Bad Luck Adam here recently. His truck hit, I think, 490,000 miles and blew the motor. And they really blew the motor because of a failed injector, and then had it rebuilt, and now he had lug studs break on his truck that he'd already replaced. It's one of the Rams with the recall on it. They broke again, and yes, the wheel was tight. The lug nuts were literally still in the cap, like the cap that slides on, and the studs just broke. So, and I think he had an intercooler that was cracked and a turbo that was leaking or weeping a little bit of oil. But anyways, he passed me this customer that I've helped him with before. And if I pick up his cars, it's gonna end up saving me some driving and make me a little extra money. So I'm gonna see if this hop out and see if this will go on without hitting the front bumper. These don't really have a big overhang since the wheels are so far forward, but I just want to double check. And there ain't much room on this road here, so I will pull up and yeah, that'll go up on there without a problem. Try and navigate through this sea of vehicles. I'm pretty sure this is the company, and it says they're out of California. They've got a bunch of them that are lettered, but then they got a bunch that aren't, so pretty sure HCL is the one that is what I saw on the dispatch. Oh, it's this one over here. Same thing. Gonna get Super Dispatch up, do an inspection on this. Make sure there's no damage. Got it parked in the woods here. Oh, there we go. Fit on there pretty nicely. Had to just leave the ramps propped up, but two pretty big size vans. Not gonna be the best fuel mileage, but it's paying pretty good to go home. That's in this week out strong. Well, on today's list of projects, we've got this large plate of steel, which has a 2-inch receiver welded onto it. This is gonna be my heavy duty winch mount for my flatbed. So we're gonna get some holes drilled in it, and did this to pretty much reinforce it for any pulling power. That's set up off because the slide-in winch I have can use on multiple trailers. So someone's helping. Someone's already been in mud this morning, so they've lost their shoes, and it's gonna help me get some holes drilled in this, and then we'll put it up on a big trailer, get it mounted up later. And underneath for reinforcement, we've got some 3/16 plate steel. I've been trying out these new cutoff wheels. So if you follow me on TikTok, I post most of all this stuff. These are diamond edged. Pretty good because I don't cut a lot of metal because I never have a good cutoff blade. They break. I'm always like scared they're gonna come apart, but this one's got like metal in the middle and then they're diamond edged. So it cut this with no problem. I'm gonna cut a couple more pieces, but I try to put all that on TikTok. But I'm also working on an Amazon storefront, so if you're interested in any of the other stuff I use, go check out. It'll be linked in the description. It'll be my Amazon storefront. I'll be putting anything there from like the tools I use to like DOT must-haves, anything I pretty much order from Amazon. You know, what filters I use from Docs, Diesel, just about everything I get off Amazon. I'm trying to make an Amazon storefront. Instead of being asked 100 times, got metal all over me. Instead of being asked 100 times, I can just point people in the right direction of where to, and then obviously I get a commission kickback, which helps me out greatly more than you guys know. So I do appreciate it if you go buy something that I suggest. I do get a kickback either from Amazon or TikTok or whoever's selling the product. So check that out. Like I said, it'll probably be the top link down below here within this video, the next couple videos.